There are things happening in Africa right now that you won't believe are real. From mind-blowing traditions to bizarre inventions, this continent hides wonders that exist nowhere else on Earth. Get ready, because you will be extremely shocked by what you will find. Number 13. Benin's Voodoo Festival. Every January 10th, the coastal city of Ouidah in Benin explodes with the official Voodoo Festival, celebrating one of Africa's most misunderstood religions. Since 1996, this has been a national holiday honoring Vodun, an ancient African spiritual system based on ancestor worship and nature spirits. The festival begins with a goat sacrifice at the main temple, believed to bring blessings and protection to all participants. Thousands of people then proceed to the infamous Door of No Return, where enslaved Africans once departed for the Americas. The city transforms into a living theater of spirituality, with thunderous drumming, hypnotic chanting, and traditional dances performed by masked figures representing various spirits. The Zengbedo and Egogungan dancers embody the ancestors, spinning wildly in elaborate costumes that seem to move with supernatural energy. Women play central roles as priestesses and living embodiments of powerful goddesses like Mami Wada, the serpent spirit of water and fertility. Throughout the celebration, participants offer communal meals, seek spiritual consultations, and browse markets selling sacred objects and local crafts. International tourists witness authentic ceremonies that have remained unchanged for centuries, making this one of the world's most important cultural and religious events. Number 12. South Africa's Sardine Run. Between May and July, South Africa's coast becomes the stage for one of nature's most spectacular shows when billions of sardines migrate northward in massive silver clouds. These fish form moving walls, sometimes 4 miles long and 100 feet deep, creating what locals call the greatest shoal on Earth. The sardines trigger an incredible feeding frenzy that turns the ocean into pure chaos. Dolphins work together like underwater cowboys, herding fish into tight bait balls, while Cape Gannets dive bomb from 100 feet above at speeds reaching 60 miles per hour. Bronze whaler sharks slice through the schools like living torpedoes, and massive bride's whales charge through with mouths wide open, swallowing thousands of fish in single gulps. The feeding frenzy attracts over 20,000 dolphins, countless seabirds, and hundreds of sharks to the same area. Underwater, the scene resembles an epic battle, with silver fish flashing in all directions while predators attack from every angle. The Sardine Run is so massive, it can be seen from aircraft and even satellites in space. However, this natural wonder is unpredictable. Some years it barely happens at all, making successful sightings incredibly valuable for marine researchers and wildlife photographers worldwide.
I have a question for you. First, I would like to say that it is possible to follow the greatest curiosities of our world every day. But to do so, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, are you already subscribed? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Also, take the opportunity to like the video so YouTube will recommend more videos from our channel. So leave your like right now. And now that you have done that, let's go!
Number 11. The Great Migration. Every year, over 1.5 million wildebeest, 200,000 zebras, and 400,000 gazelles embark on an epic journey across the Serengeti-Mara region, spanning Tanzania and Kenya. This massive movement covers about 1,800 miles in a continuous loop, making it the largest land animal migration on Earth. The herds follow ancient routes dictated by rainfall patterns and grass availability. Between December and March, they gather in southern Serengeti for calving season, where over 500,000 wildebeest calves are born within just a few weeks. The real drama begins in July when millions of animals face the deadly Grumeti and Mara river crossings. Massive Nile crocodiles wait patiently as desperate animals plunge into fast-flowing waters. The stampeding hooves create thunderous sounds that can be heard miles away. Strong currents and panic cause many deaths, but survival instincts drive the herds forward. This ancient cycle sustains the entire ecosystem, fertilizing grasslands and feeding predators like lions, leopards, cheetahs, and hyenas. The migration is so massive, it can be seen from space satellites.
Number 10. South Africa's extraterrestrial evidence. Deep in South Africa's Makanjwa Mountains, scientists have discovered traces of extraterrestrial organic material dating back 3.3 billion years, potentially proving that life's building blocks arrived from space. These carbon traces were found in volcanic sediment alongside nanoscale particles of nickel, chromium, and iron, elements commonly found in meteorites but rare in Earth's early rocks. The discovery suggests that ancient meteorite impacts may have delivered the organic compounds necessary for life to begin on our planet. What makes this finding even more extraordinary is the presence of complex organic molecules that appear too sophisticated for the early Earth's environment. Some researchers theorize these compounds could only have formed in the zero-gravity conditions of space, leading to speculation about whether extraterrestrial beings might have visited Earth billions of years ago. The Makanjwa Mountains, also known as the Barberton Greenstone Belt, preserve some of Earth's oldest geological formations and provide a window into our planet's earliest history. Laboratory analysis using advanced spectroscopy has confirmed the extraterrestrial origin of the organic material, making this one of the oldest evidence of potential alien influence on Earth. While mainstream science interprets this as evidence of meteorite impacts delivering life's building blocks, the discovery continues to fuel debates about ancient extraterrestrial contact. The implications could reshape our understanding of how life began on Earth and whether we're alone in the universe.
Number 9. Tunisia's Star Wars landscapes. The vast deserts and otherworldly landscapes of Tunisia became the perfect backdrop for George Lucas's Star Wars saga, creating movie magic that still attracts thousands of fans today. Hotel Sidi Driss and Mamada, a traditional Berber underground dwelling carved into the earth, served as the interior of Luke Skywalker's childhood home on Tatooine. The igloo-shaped structure remains largely unchanged, allowing visitors to sit in the exact spot where Luke ate dinner with his aunt and uncle. Near the salt flats of Chat El Jareed, the exterior shots of the Lars homestead were filmed with the distinctive dome building still standing in the desert. The oasis town of Tuzur in southwestern Tunisia provided locations for scenes featuring Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. The nearby area of Ankh Jamal, known as Camel Neck for its jagged rock formations, served as an alien landscape. The complete Mos Espa built for the prequels remains largely intact, allowing visitors to walk the streets of Anakin Skywalker's hometown. Sidi Bou Hill, also called Star Wars Canyon, was where Luke was attacked by Tusken Raiders and rescued by Obi-Wan Kenobi. These locations continue drawing movie pilgrims from around the world.
Number 8. Egypt's Cave of Swimmers. Deep in Egypt's Western Sahara lies one of archaeology's most mysterious discoveries, the Cave of Swimmers. Found in 1933 and made famous by the movie The English Patient, this remote cave contains thousands of rock paintings depicting human figures in swimming positions, along with images of animals that no longer exist in the region. The swimmers appear to be floating on their bellies with outstretched arms and legs, creating an underwater scene in what is now one of Earth's driest places. Some archaeologists believe these figures represent the journey to the afterlife, while others think they show actual swimming in ancient lakes that once filled the Sahara. The cave walls also feature headless animals, which some experts interpret as gods or spiritual beings. Carbon dating suggests the artwork is around 10,000 years old, from when the Sahara was a green savanna teeming with rivers, lakes, and diverse wildlife. The paintings provide a glimpse into this lost world where early humans lived alongside hippos, crocodiles, and other water-loving animals. The mystery deepens because the figures seem to show sophisticated swimming techniques and water activities. Recent expeditions using advanced photography have revealed even more hidden artwork, suggesting the cave system is far larger than originally thought.
Number 7. Ethiopia's rock churches. In the mountain town of Lalibela, Ethiopia, 11 remarkable churches were carved directly into solid volcanic rock during the 12th and 13th centuries, creating what many consider the eighth wonder of the world.
King Lalibela ordered these architectural masterpieces to be built as a new Jerusalem in Ethiopia, allowing Christian pilgrims to visit holy sites without traveling to the Middle East. Each church was carved downward into the bedrock, creating buildings that exist entirely below ground level, but open to the sky above. The most famous is the Church of St. George, carved in the shape of a perfect Greek cross and standing 40 feet tall, hewn from a single piece of rock. The construction required removing thousands of tons of volcanic rock using only basic tools, with workers starting from the top and carving downward room by room. Underground tunnels and passages connect the churches, creating a hidden network that pilgrims can navigate entirely below ground level. The churches feature intricate architectural details, including windows, doors, columns, and decorations, all carved from the same piece of rock. Water drainage systems were built into the design to prevent flooding during rainy seasons. These churches remain active places of worship today, with thousands of Ethiopian Orthodox Christians making pilgrimages during religious holidays. The precision and artistry of the carving work rivals the greatest architectural achievements in human history, all accomplished without modern tools or machinery.
Number 6. Hogsback's Eco Shrine. Hidden in South Africa's Eastern Cape Mountains, the village of Hogsback hosts an extraordinary outdoor art installation called the Eco Shrine. Artist Diana Graham created this magical space in 1995 as a tribute to the interconnectedness of all life on Earth. Overlooking the dramatic Amathiel Mountains, the shrine combines mosaics, paintings, and sculptures with natural elements to create a place of reflection and wonder. The centerpiece features a tree covered in intricate mosaic art inspired by Yggdrasil from Norse mythology, symbolizing how all life connects through invisible networks. Another highlight is Earth Piece, an artwork depicting Earth as a self-regulating organism with its own consciousness and healing abilities. Visitors can explore winding paths that lead through different themed areas, each designed to provoke thought about humanity's relationship with nature. The peaceful atmosphere includes meditation spots, a fountain, and stunning views of the famous Three Hogs Peaks. Graham's nearby studio allows visitors to watch her creative process and purchase original artworks. The shrine attracts artists, spiritual seekers, and nature lovers from around the world, creating a unique community dedicated to environmental awareness and artistic expression.
Number 5. Mauritius Colored Earth. Hidden in the village of Chamarel, Mauritius, lies one of the world's most colorful natural phenomena, sand dunes that display 7 distinct colors, including red, brown, violet, blue, green, yellow, and purple. This geological wonder formed over millions of years through volcanic activity and mineral deposits, creating a natural paint palette that looks almost artificial. The different colors result from varying mineral compositions in the volcanic ash, with iron oxide creating reds and yellows, while aluminum creates blues and purples. What makes this phenomena even more extraordinary is that when you mix the different colored sands together, they naturally separate back into distinct layers within days, defying conventional physics. Local legends claim the colored sands possess healing properties, with different colors treating different ailments, leading visitors to collect small vials for medicinal purposes. The site also features the rare Trochade of Butniana tree, found only in Mauritius, which produces bright pink flowers and has become a symbol of the island's unique biodiversity. Adjacent to the colored earth is a giant tortoise sanctuary, where visitors can interact with tortoises that live over 200 years and weigh up to 500 pounds. The geological formation continues to change slowly over time as weathering and erosion expose new mineral layers, ensuring the color patterns evolve constantly. Scientists study the site to understand volcanic processes and mineral formation, while photographers come from around the world to capture its otherworldly beauty that looks more like an alien landscape than Earth.
Number 4. Umoja Village. Deep in northern Kenya's Samburu County stands Umoja, a revolutionary women-only village founded in 1990 by Rebecca Lolo Soli and 14 brave women escaping gender-based violence. This unique community operates under a strict no-men policy, except for boys who can stay until age 18. The women have created a thriving economy by crafting and selling traditional Samburu beadwork to tourists and international buyers. Their colorful jewelry generates enough income to support families and fund a primary school for local children. The village also runs a cultural center and campsite, educating visitors about Samburu traditions while promoting women's rights. Unmoja women have mastered sustainable living, raising livestock and growing crops without male assistance. They've built over 40 homes using traditional methods and materials. The community faces constant threats from neighboring male-dominated villages, but the women remain defiant. International human rights organizations regularly visit Unmoja, documenting their success story. This bold experiment has inspired similar women-only villages across Kenya and Tanzania, challenging centuries-old patriarchal systems throughout East Africa.
Number 3. Gari Island's Door of No Return. Just off the coast of Dakar, Senegal, Gari Island stands as one of the most haunting monuments to the transatlantic slave trade. The infamous Door of No Return and the Maison des Esclaves, House of Slaves, faces the Atlantic Ocean, marking the final threshold thousands of Africans crossed before being shipped to the Americas forever. This narrow doorway led directly to boats waiting in the harbor, making it the last piece of African soil many enslaved people would ever touch. The building once held hundreds of men, women, and children in cramped cells while they awaited transport to sugar plantations and cotton fields across the ocean. Today, the island's narrow cobblestone streets and brightly colored colonial houses carry the weight of this painful history. Local guides share stories of families torn apart, children sold separately from parents, and the unimaginable suffering endured in the holding cells. The island served as one of the largest slave trading posts along West Africa's coast for over 300 years. World leaders, including Nelson Mandela, Pope John Paul II, and Barack Obama, have visited to pay their respects. Gari Island has become a pilgrimage site for members of the African diaspora seeking to connect with their ancestral roots and honor those who suffered.
Number 2. Ganvier. Built entirely on stilts over Lake Konokwe in southern Benin, Ganvier houses 45,000 people in what locals call the Venice of Africa. Founded in the 17th century by the Tofinu people, fleeing slave hunters, this remarkable village can only be reached by canoe. Every structure, homes, schools, markets, churches, and hospitals, stands on wooden stilts with walls made from bamboo and palm leaves. The ingenious design prevents damage to the lake ecosystem while protecting residents from flooding. Ganvier's economy revolves around fishing and aquaculture using the traditional akaja technique. Underwater fences made from branches and palm fronds create artificial reefs that attract fish while allowing sustainable harvesting. The floating markets are spectacular, with traders selling fresh fish, vegetables, and crafts directly from their canoes. Children learn to paddle before they can walk, navigating narrow waterways to attend floating schools. The village has its own postal system, police station, and even a floating church, where Sunday services attract hundreds of worshipers. Despite modernization pressures, Ganvier maintains its unique culture and sustainable practices, proving that traditional ways can thrive in the modern world.
Number 1. Orania. In South Africa's Northern Cape exists Orania, a controversial whites-only town founded in 1991 by Afrikaner nationalists who wanted to preserve their culture after apartheid ended. Established by Karel Boshoff, son-in-law of apartheid architect Hendrik Verwoerd, this self-governed community operates like a separate country within South Africa. The town has its own currency called the Ora, independent schools, banks, shops, and media outlets that function entirely in Afrikaans. To live in Orania, applicants must be approved by the town council based on shared cultural values, which in practice excludes all non-white South Africans. The community of about 2,000 residents lives in complete isolation from the rest of South Africa, maintaining apartheid-era social structures and beliefs. Orania generates its own electricity, manages its own water supply, and even has its own radio station and newspaper. The town's economy relies on agriculture, small businesses, and tourism from curious visitors wanting to see this living relic of apartheid. Despite facing constant criticism and legal challenges, Orania continues to grow and attract Afrikaner families seeking cultural preservation. The town represents one of the world's last remaining racially segregated communities, existing in a legal gray area that highlights ongoing tensions in post-apartheid South Africa. International observers view Orania as either a legitimate cultural preservation project or a dangerous throwback to South Africa's racist past.
Now I have a special recommendation for you. Are you seeing this video that is appearing on the screen? Click on it because I'm sure you'll like it. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.